Taste the humidity. I'm still somehow hot. I don't. Those of you who did all 3 nights, congratulations for getting through. That was pretty tough, and I hear yesterday was even worse. So we got the final hurrah. Taste the humidity. I mean, I can't even really do a song by song, blow by blow here. It was almost like a, I don't know, when you go to a show after so many shows on Couch Tour, and then when I actually go to a show, is definitely a different experience. That for sure. Met Canadian Tom Lake there in the parking lot. The parking lot. How come nobody says parking lot? We all just say lot. Met him in the lot. Lot scene, dude. How's the lot scene? How's the parking lot scene? That would sound a little weird. All right, so let's get going here. The party time opener. Okay, nothing that I was certainly wanting, but party time doesn't carry on for too long. And then we got to the final hurrah, the song that people were very excited to hear, Tasting the Humidity. Of course, got a big reaction from the crowd. Then we got a run here in the first set of New Year's Eve or Halloween songs. Halloween in August in Noblesville, as I was saying throughout the night. So we got Knuckle, Broth Avenue, the final hurrah, and then the dogs. I was hoping for a big whack tube, of course. Not to be, but to take a run through Halloween all in the first set, that was actually very cool. Unexpected and cool. Stealing Time from the Faulty Plan. Almost expected, but a song that I don't really love. In fact, forget love. I don't even really like that song. But like a lot of songs, when you're there live, they definitely just hit a little bit differently. And then Stealing Time from the Faulty Plan was certainly that. Then we got into that Dog's Destiny Unbound in 46 Days. 2 songs that, like on paper, I would have been like, absolutely. And they were good, both of them. But then maybe not the most memorable stuff from the first set, really. The same thing with McGrupp, another one. This run of songs here, songs. And we got into they were all good, but nothing really jumped out at me, really, based on just like the sound just grabbing you and being like, whoa, and then you can and when everybody hears it at once too, even if it's like something as simple as a lyric, like on the final hurrah, when like the whole crowd just kind of reacts all at once. It is a very cool and special feeling. Didn't get a lot of that though during Destiny Unbound 46 Days. And even McGrupp. Wingsuit, a song that a personal favorite of mine, and then I was watching the sunset during Wingsuit, kind of had to turn away from the band and crowd and look out over the venue, and that was quite cool. That was a good song. Look, it wasn't, this wasn't Waiting in the Velvet Sea at Big Cypress or anything, but it was very cool. And then the Meatstick after that. That seemed to be the crowd's favorite of the night, actually, this Meatstick. Meatstick is a fun song, certainly. Maybe one they could open with more often, even. Party Time, though. Party Time hit a little bit with the crowd, I'm just one member of the crowd, and then the Run Like an Antelope. Even got like a little micro Fishman solo in there. That was kind of nice. And then just the frenetic pace of that, and it felt really tight. It was. And then what was that song? Maybe Knuckle Broth. Like I was mentioning last night, like what's so cool about them is like when they do the layered vocals, sometimes they'll sing the same line, sometimes it's a different line, but it's just like a half beat off from one another. And lately they just have not been nailing that, but I thought on Knuckle Broth Avenue they in fact did. And glad to see it. As that's one of my favorite things about them is the newer songs, maybe not as much, like a Silent in the Morning or a I wish I had some more examples of a song like I Didn't Know Last Night was one where I just felt like I don't know. I don't know enough about that. But, at their best, they could be like, you would think they're like a pro barbershop quartet or something. So it's a little disappointing when they're not nailing the layered lyrics, vocals, that is. So let's get on over to the second set. Enough about, the vocalizing. What, they don't have the timing down on the vocals? What? All right, enough's enough, guys. Let's get over to the Ghost. It seemed like it had multiple crescendos. And then I thought I was pulling a major party foul. Got through set break, got through the whole night, never really felt like I had to pee until about 3 minutes into Ghost. And then I spent about 2 minutes contemplating. I was like, really, the first 45 minutes of this set is why I'm here. I don't want to spend it needing to pee. And then it was great. You could see everybody getting back to their seats for Ghost as I was running to the men's room. I think I got to the men's room and back to my spot in about 3 minutes. Absolutely no traffic. It was absolutely, went from a party foul to a pro move, maybe. Just back in time. The Ghost Jam was just kicking off, and It went and went and went. And like I said, I just felt like it just kept, like, as you would think, oh, there's the big crescendo. Where are we headed next? More Ghost into another crescendo. A lot of Mike throughout the first set as well. I think it was maybe on maybe it was Soul Planet, or maybe it was Ghost too. Like, it was the Soul Planet it was the one. Maybe it was Ghost. One of the songs Mike kicked up a notch, you know. And then even early on in the show, I feel like we got a Destiny Unbound because of Michael Gordon, John Fishman, of course, on the run like an antelope. If last night, in the first set last night, was a lot of Trey, you know, just Trey, you feel like we got a lot of Mike and Paige tonight. And then, so let's get on over to Soul Planet. Now, seeing Soul Planet right here doesn't thrill me. And then I felt like there was this like stealing time kind of thing going on in the Soul Planet jam. Once you got about the 12-minute mark, it really started to take off. You know, when it started, I felt like Ghost was obviously going to be our big jam vehicle of the second set. So I thought, okay, now we're going to get an 11-minute Soul Planet. Not something I was looking forward to. But then around 11, 12 minutes into it, that is really when it kicked it into high gear. It might have been similar to the song last night, where Mike at some point switches tone, starts to kick some pedals, playing with some of his new toys. And it really sends the jam into high gear. I don't know if it was this, though, because I feel like in this one, it was more Trey was playing around with it was like right on the borderline of Led Zeppelin to Stealing Time, to Led Zeppelin to Stealing Time. So if you would have told me they were going to play a Soul Planet that had like a Stealing Time from the Faulty Plan kind of sound to it, I would have been like, that is my biggest nightmare. But I'm telling you, the 12-minute mark on in this Soul Planet was maybe not the best stuff of the night, but it was definitely very good. And then we calmed down for Billy Breeze. What an absolutely great song to be your like calm down, cool off song. And then into Split Open and Melt. This was a very loud and noisy Split Open and Melt. I like it when Split Open and Melt. It's always going to be somewhat chaotic. But within that, there has to be some kind of reason, okay? I need to be able to follow it. This one, like, once the song had split open, it was like, it gave birth to a monster made out of spare parts to a tank or something. You know, it was just very loud and clanky. And was somebody saying something? Like maybe Trey was like lightly saying or talking into the mic possibly during this melt. Then we got like some cat sounds during Soul Planet. There were some things going on during that Soul Planet, believe it or not. It may have in Top Ghost. The Ghost with its multiple crescendos. 3 different versions of Mike. How many people are you, Mike Gordon? Saw quite a few sheriffs in the parking lot on golf courts. No Mike Gordon, though. Carts? All right, we're getting deep. And then a Slave to the Traffic Light Encore. See, I was really hoping for a Slave to the Traffic Light after Split Open and Melt. But if it's going to be Slave and not more, we'll take it. And I will say, there is mass exiting these days towards the end of the second set. You know, I know everybody wants to give me some grief when I leave for an encore, but I certainly wouldn't have been the only one tonight. I mean, 1,000 people might have hit the exits. And it started during Split Open and Melt, really. You know, I understand. I'm not judgy. I'm not hating on people. I do the same thing. I know other people are extremely judgy when you leave a show a little early. And I know it doesn't make sense, but hey, people do what they got to do, you know. So Slave to the Traffic Light ending it. And then once again, what was Trey saying? When they talk, like when he tries to address the crowd, they don't very often, but whenever they do, I never understand what the hell he's saying. I don't know if it's just the noise. People quieted down, really. They let him talk. They let him say his thing. But other people seem to be able to hear him. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on with me and my hearing. But I could hear Slave to the Traffic Light, and it was a light version. We got a Slave Light. You know, like apparently like a tight curfew, huh? Seen here on .net, Mary Tyler Moore tease and Run Like an Antelope, huh? I should not hear that. I don't even know if I know the theme to Mary Tyler Moore, though. No talk of the, I'm not crazy on that Zeppelin Stealing Time theme in Soul Planet, right? That was pretty cool. All right, I've went on long enough. Maybe I'll throw a clip or 2 at the end of this. Nah, maybe I'll do a separate video, some clips. They're horrible, though. I'm not very good at, like, creating content on the scene when I'm there. I did do a couple live streams tonight, though, from the show and from the lot. The parking lot. All right, guys, boom. Tom Lake, it was nice seeing. Oh, yeah, I ran into Crystal, fan of the channel. Enjoys the recaps. Look at that, she gave me a sticker. Can we read it? You are beautiful. The biggest lie ever told. Boom. Love you guys. We are out of here. You're beautiful.